My name is Iman Jamela Fowler. And like before, here I am adorning full makeup. Only this installment takes a slightly different turn. I want to talk about discipline. The type that I've mastered in some areas of my life, however, still struggle with in others. You ever find yourself trying to control for everything or everyone around you, only to realize that the real game changer is the person who's staring back at you when you look into the mirror? For the next 86 days, I'll be grasping a tight hold on to concepts of self-occupancy and self-discipline for the purpose of mining the life that I've been missing by paying too much attention to the lives of others. Welcome to 100 days of self-care. Okay, so here are a few photos of my skin condition currently. Peace and blessings. Welcome to the third installment of 100 Days of Self-Care. I am Iman Fowler, and this video covers self-occupancy and self-discipline. So in the intro, I talked about how I realized myself or noticed myself trying to manipulate my environment or others in my environment. And I noticed that I have not been successful, or I haven't attained what I've wanted from different life experiences in doing so. And so where I am now is understanding that the only thing that I can alter or change or modify or improve is myself. And one way of doing that is self-occupancy. And so you might be thinking, what does self-occupancy have to do with autoimmunity? Well, from my viewpoint, it has everything to do with autoimmunity because I feel and think that over my life I've been programming myself to leave myself, to take flight and leave my body in order to have certain experiences or even put myself on different thought frequencies. And that could be a plus, it could be a negative. But where I am now, for me, in this contract, in this lifetime, it is important for me to occupy my body, right? And I think a manifestation of being detached from my body is the autoimmunity. So I want to go back to share with you, I want to go back to my childhood to share a story about how this all came to be and how it's in my nature, a bit in my nature, and how it's there for me to work through and get past the glitches to reap the benefits of a more holistic persona. So when I was a little girl, I wasn't one of those popular little girls with long pretty hair or the purple Jordans and the Guess jeans. I wasn't. I was my mother shopped at the thrift store for me. My dad would buy me Pro Wings. My mother would buy me nice shoes. My dad would, on occasion, from time to time, set up a budget where I could spend like $60 on shoes. I lived with my mom growing up. I visited my dad. I had two brothers. I have two brothers, two older brothers. The eldest is a dancer, and as a little girl, I really enjoyed dancing with him, being in that energy with him. It was just so thrilling and like fantastical. My second eldest brother was into art. He drew, he was into sports, he played basketball, and he rapped. So he was like cool. And he had all of the neighborhood friends. They were just like a cool group of boys. And I wanted to be included in his group. I loved my brothers. Wanted to spend all of my days just hanging out with them and being included. And so with my second eldest brother, since he and I were, I guess, the closest in age, I would set out to hang with him more. And hanging out with him meant that, so he would communicate with me as a little boy. He would tease me, call me ugly, call me dirty, call me black, say all of these very mean things. But I really wanted to hang out with him. And you'll see what I mean when I say this pattern has built up, this pattern of leaving myself to be included, or to just being fascinated with things outside of myself and leaving myself to go and explore those things. And so, yeah, this is a great example. So call me all of those things. And for me, as my childhood response was, I can take it, but I bet I'm going to learn how to draw, I'm going to learn how to rap, I'm going to learn how to play basketball, and I'm going to be better than you. So in a way, here I am already trying to manipulate to get what I wanted, and willing to pay that cost of being devalued in order to be associated. And throughout life and relationships, that's been the MO. That's been the modus operandi. That's been the MO. Not even believing that, not even starting out with, I am valuable. It's like I know it, but I don't treat what I have in this body, in this life, I don't treat it like that. At least that hasn't been the condition. So even in other relationships, it's like me wanting to give all that I have, being able to tolerate poor treatment, and just having a high tolerance to get what I want. And so for me, self-occupancy is important, because for me it's all about realizing first who I am, what I've got going on, and is the external worth my attention. And self-discipline is the proper support for such a journey in self-occupancy, because through self-discipline I can really manifest the experiences that I want. And I believe even with the autoimmunity, with self-discipline, which isn't easy, because again, I'm conditioned to want to fix the world, get in the world, be in the world, rather than be in this body. And so self-discipline is being responsible to what I've got going on in this world. I hope y'all understand. If you don't, this is like my first, this is my first time saying all of this out loud. So my prayer is that it comes across in a way that it can land to be received. If not, I'll get better as I am working through this process. Wellness is achievable and you are worth it. Peace and blessings.